Morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to this service this morning. I feel this is a really important, meaningful service. So, thank you so much. To begin, I'd like to introduce one passage from the Buddha's teaching. Please join me in Gassho, bow your head. Where the Buddha's teachings reach, kings, people, and communities are transformed. The world is harmonious, the sun and the moon shine brightly, the winds and rains come in their proper season, disasters do not arise. The nation prospers, the people live in peace, and there is no need for weapons or war. People honor virtue, cultivate compassion, and practice respect and humility. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Again, this is one of the passages from the Raja Sutra that I hold most dearly as a Buddhist follower. It teaches us that whatever the Buddha's teachings spread, the world becomes harmonious, Tenge Wajun. And there is no need for weapons or war, Hyoga Muyo. 81 years ago, on August 6, 1945, atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. In a single moment, the city was devastated, and approximately 140,000 people lost their lives. 3 days later, on August 9th, another atomic bomb was dropped on my hometown, Nagasaki. The city was almost completely destroyed, and about 70,000 people died. 6 days later, Japan surrendered unconditionally, then the World War II ended. My father was Jodo Shinshu minister, Buddhist minister. Then, although the human's memories naturally fade with time, he often told me that the memory of the day remained as vivid as ever. My father was 6 years old when the atomic bomb was dropped onto Nagasaki. On the morning of August 9th, he had climbed up to the tree in front of the temple. Then he was trying to catch the cicada, semi. Suddenly, someone shouted, "Bakatare, nigero!" which means, "Watch out, you fool, run!" Startled by the warning, he hurried back to the temple. At the moment, the atomic bomb was exploded. Had that person not shouted, my father might have been blown from the tree and could be killed. If he had died that day, of course, I would not be standing here today. After the explosion, he ran to the air raid shelter where he spent some time alone in the darkness. He later told me that he was terrified and cried uncontrollably and even wet himself. 60 years after the end of the World War II, atomic bomb, in 2005, my father invited those temple members to write down their memories of atomic bomb. Their account was published in a book. 10 years later, 2015, marking the 70th anniversary of the atomic bomb, he again asked the temple surviving members to record their experience, resulting in a second edition of the book. At the Hibakusha, the survivors of the atomic bombing grew older and passing away. Fewer and fewer people remained who could tell their stories firsthand. My father felt that urgent responsibility to preserve not only what they had experienced, but also their heartfelt wish that such a tragedy would never happen again. Here at the Seattle Betsin Buddhist Temple, Seattle Hiroshima Club has faithfully held this atomic bomb victims memorial service annually. In 2010, Seattle Hiroshima Club interviewed hibakusha living in the Seattle area and preserved their testimonies on video. Those interviews remain available on the Seattle Hiroshima Club's website, so please go to visit to listen, watch the video. I came to the United States 2010 as a Buddhist minister. My first assignment was the Buddhist Church of Lodi. Then 2017, I was reassigned to Seattle Betsin Buddhist Temple. One of Buddhist minister's responsibility is to write a monthly newsletter article for the temple. Since arriving in the US, I have made it a personal commitment to write about peace every August. In 2015, when my father's temple published the second collection of the atomic bomb memories, I wondered what I could do. I began translating my father's account into English and introduced it little by little through our temple newsletter. Later, I translated the testimonies of my father's older brother and his lifelong friends as well. Last year, it marked the 80th anniversary of the atomic bomb bombing. Beginning then and continuing through this year, I transcribed the interview recorded by the Seattle Hiroshima Club and introduced each survivor's story in both English and Japanese through the Seattle Betsin Buddhist Temple's newsletter. I'm grateful that this month, August issue, we are able to publish the final interview in this series, the testimony of Jin Fujita. It has now been 81 years since atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. During these 81 years, how many wars have been fought? How many lives have been killed? As I prepared each survivor's testimony of publication, I had the privilege of listening carefully to their voices. Every one of them expressed the same heartfelt wishes. I never want anyone else to experience what we experienced. I want the world live in peace. Those hopes and wishes are woven into every story they shared. I belong to the second generation of the atomic bomb survivors. I do not know war from the personal experience. Sadly, wars continues throughout the world today. The hope and wishes of the hibakusha have not yet been fulfilled. How can we eliminate war in this world, from this world? It is such a huge question that I honestly do not know the answer, because I don't know what else I can do. I have chosen to do what is within my ability, what is my reach, to preserve and share voices of the Hibakusha through our temple newsletters. As a religious person, I have received the Buddhist teaching of Tenge Wajun, a harmonious world, and Hyoga Muyo, the world without weapons and war. Yet, when we look at history, we must also acknowledge within humility that religion itself sometimes becomes a cause of conflict. Religious divisions have contributed to war. My hometown, Nagasaki, every year, August 9th, the city of Nagasaki holds the official peace memorial ceremony at Peace Park. On the evening before, religious leaders groups in Nagasaki gather at the Hypo Center Park, an interfaith gathering for peace. They do so because they believe when people of the different faiths live together in friendship rather than conflict, that is the first step toward peace. It is a small gathering in a small city in Japan, yet it represents the sincere and steadfast commitment by the religious communities of Nagasaki. Religion can sometimes be complicated. Different traditions have different teachings, and there are certainly beliefs on which we may never completely agree. But I believe there is no true religion that does not seek the happiness and well-being of the humanity. When it comes to peace, all religion, everyone can join hands. Beginning with the last year's 80th anniversary of the atomic bombing, we have transformed the Hiroshima-Nagasaki atomic bomb memorial service here at the Seattle Basin into the interfaith memorial service, inviting the friends from other religious communities to join us in the reflection on peace. This is still small, but meaningful contribution that one temple, one religious community in Seattle can make toward peace. I sincerely hope that in the years ahead, people from many different faith traditions will continue to join as we gather to remember the victims of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and wish together for peace. May today's memorial service become an opportunity for each one of us to kindle the light of peace within our hearts. And may that light spread from one person to another until it shines throughout our communities and throughout the world. Thank you again for attending this service today. To close my message, please join me in Gassho. Put your hands together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda.